Hello there. Welcome to this episode of Nerd.World, where we're going to be looking at one of the background characters of the Terran Empire in the Mirror Universe. Now, if you're new to this channel, or if you're not even, welcome back. You may have noticed that I have an interest in lore, and I have an interest in things happening in the background, the periphery. I like to pay attention to background characters and see what's actually happening, because sometimes what's happening in the background is just as important to the story, or at the very least can be interesting, and explore some of the things happening in the background. And that's what this episode's going to be. There is a character I kept noticing, and I'm sure many other people have, in the background of episodes of Deep Space Nine. He was a Terran Marauder, a pirate, part of Captain Siskos' gang. He's not named on screen, and obviously ignoring beta canon as I normally done, he's not actually named in any canon reference. He's this individual who has a noticeable facial scar and is possibly missing his eye, I assume. He first appeared in the 2370s as a member of Siskos Crew, a marauder who was very quick to temper, very typically Terran, and he will be one of the first marauders that we see upon Siskos' entry into Quarks, where he would have a minor run-in with Telok, who knocked him down. He pulled his knife, but Sisko was able to calm him down in this particular instance. He was among the marauders who were present when the Prime Universe Captain Sisko took on the identity of his Mirror Universe counterpart in order to fool his Mirror Universe wife, who was still alive, into joining the rebellion and not making a new weapon, effectively, for the Alliance, to be used against the rebellion that could possibly have knocked it out. This man has history was moderately explored when it was pointed out while he was guarding Intendant Kira, who was attempting to seduce him into letting her out of her cell, that she had previously sentenced his wife to death for crimes unknown. He was also present when the Mirror Universe Vic Fontaine was killed by the rebellion, specifically by Captain Bashir. Other than that, his story doesn't really have much fleshing out, but it is likely he is the Mirror Universe counterpart of a Starfleet security officer we once saw aboard the USS Defiant, who is again unnamed character on screen, but it's likely that these are the same individual, just one had a horrifically more unfortunate life than the other. Now, the Marauders in general were a bunch of pirates that all served their captain, Captain Benjamin Sisko of the Mirror Universe. These individuals, most of them have even less screen time, so I won't go into them. But this is a character who always stood out to me. He's very distinctive facial scar, and picking him up one time in a random episode of DS9, I was like, that's the same guy. It's clearly the same character. They're just, it's never explicitly stated on screen, but it has to be. Which, obviously, out of universe, they were just played by the same actor who was a stuntman who happened to have played both a Starfleet officer and a Terran rebel. But as it's the same actor and it's the Mirror Universe, so everyone looks the same as their counterparts, it's in canon going to be the same person, isn't it? I just thought he was an interesting character to explore. He pops up here and there in the Mirror Universe. He's incredibly loyal to the Rebellion, to the Terrans, to his Captain Sisko, being visibly happy that his commanding officer had returned from the dead when the Prime Universe Sisko appeared before them all, to rally them, to continue their war and effort against the rebellion. But that's it. There isn't really much more on him. I just thought it'd be an interesting thing to explore, one of the other background characters. I'm probably going to try and explore a few more of these little background characters, just because it's an area that interests me, to see what lore or story any of these characters actually have. Some of them do turn up in beta canon sources like books and comics, things like that, where they're sometimes named, but for the most part I tend to ignore beta canon, but I might do a few videos on that or include some of that information just to flesh these characters out a little bit more. With all that said, thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe. Head over to my other channel, Nerd.World Films. Not long after this one goes up, there should be another video going up on that channel as well, so please check that out. And with that said, bye bye.